Dennis Isaac. What's going on? So, yeah, kind of chilly out here today. I just wanted to have a little discussion. Happy Flat Earth Friday to everybody. Just a quick chat. Try to keep this one short a little bit. I just wanted to have a discussion. The thing is, before we get started, I say what's up in the chat, what's going on, some of the good people. Appreciate y'all showing up. Travis Jones in the house, Chevin Fisher, Nikki Nicole, Sharonda Crawford, Sly Steve, Cam 510, Cordell, Derek Lewis, Damon Haynes, what's up? My man Nick Tangetta, Chase Money, what's good? Macchiata, what's happening? Road FFM, Flat Trotter, what's going on? Beam 733. Reggie White, what up? Dion. Alright. Happy Flat Earth Friday to everybody. This quick discussion. So I was watching something earlier. About Flat Earth. Just the whole idea of this whole thing and how we come about reaching this conclusion. The thing is, none of us really wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I think I want to believe that the earth is flat, just out of nowhere. I think I want to be ridiculed by people. I think I want to be, talked about. I think I want friends and family members to stop talking to me. I think I want people to look at me like I'm crazy. I want people to say that I'm trying to take the world back to the Stone Age. We never say that. We don't wake up and say that. We all come to this conclusion after a series of events that lead us to a point to where we become open-minded enough. But from there, we start to do our own research, and then we come to the conclusion that, okay, we've been lied to, that the earth is in fact flat and motionless. So, coming to that conclusion, we go through these stages, and one of those things is kind of trying to bargain with the whole idea. Nobody wants to believe that we've been lied to, and that's why I titled this one, I Want to Believe. And I think it will be a lot easier for us if we could just believe that everything's as it seems. That, if we believe what we've been told, that we do live on a spinning ball, that we do live, we are on a ball flying through space, that there is actually curvature and all that. It'll be easier to believe that we weren't lied to, but it just didn't happen that way. So I don't know, I just wanted to kind of freestyle a little bit on some of these things that, I want to believe. So, I want to believe that the earth is a globe. I really do. I want to believe that the governments of this world, that they're all benevolent individuals who put forth policies that have the people's best interest at heart, that we're not being deceived on a massive level, that space travel is actually real. We want to believe that everything's on the up and up, because if it weren't, then that would mean that we were pretty much walking around not knowing where we are. So, kind of in the back of my mind, still, I want to believe that we weren't lied to, and I think a lot of people would feel the same way. I want to believe that there's actually curvature, but go away. Get out of here. I'm on a live stream here. Huh? Get out of here. Jeez. Knuckleheads. All right. So anyway, I want to believe that there's curvature. The only thing is, it's been tested. It's been tested multiple times. We found, people are doing laser tests. People are doing things like taking spirit levels on planes to make sure that the nose of the plane is dipping down to compensate for the curvature to the tune of around 48 feet per minute, or over a distance of 203 miles. That would be about 5 miles of curvature. That's supposed to be, anyway, that was my experiment. But curvature tests are being conducted. When people make observations from these long distances, taking pictures of mountain ranges that are like hundreds of miles away, that proves that there's no curvature. When we see, I don't know, these videos like 200 Proofs by Eric Dubay, where it goes over these different lighthouses that can be seen at these distances. It proves that there's no curvature over water, but I still want to believe that there's curvature, but there's not. I want to believe that the Earth is spinning, but when I step outside and I do my own observation, I can't really see any spinning. I don't notice any spinning. I want to believe in the Coriolis effect, but the Coriolis effect says that the Earth is spinning and that there's things that are supposed to happen as a result of that. The only thing is, these airplanes, they they fly from east to west, from west to east, from north to south, and it's always a relatively, the time that it takes to get from the east coast to the west coast is the same. But flying from flying from the west coast to the east coast should be a physical impossibility if, in fact, the Earth is spinning east to west. The plane would always be outpaced by the spin of the Earth, because the Earth is supposedly spinning 1,000 miles per hour plus. And yet, the airplanes can only fly somewhere around 650 miles per hour, something like that. Definitely not 1,000 miles per hour. Definitely not faster than the speed of sound as far as these commercial aircraft. So the Earth's spin would constantly be outpacing airplanes. But I want to believe that the Earth is spinning. I want to believe in the Coriolis effect. I want to believe that there's curvature. I want to believe that the Earth is moving through space. But, common sense dictates that it's not. Just the idea that we see the same stars every night shows us that, just as we sense it, as crazy as it'll sound to believe that, and no, I really don't, it's just the stars seem to be making these perfect circles above our head. And yeah, in the south, what they call the southern hemisphere, the further out away from the center, then yeah, there are anomalies where they can see the stars spinning this way or that way. Okay, that's fine. But the stars still don't say anything about the terrain. I talked a little bit about that yesterday. I want to believe that the Earth is rotating around the sun. The only thing is that on these videos where they have these long exposures where they actually track the sun moving across the sky, it's just like we view it. They tell us that the sun is 93 million miles away, yet there's no proof of it. They tell us that the Earth is orbiting around the sun. Yet if you just sit still and, I don't know, put on some shades that are tinted enough, or maybe two pair, get creative however you see fit. Maybe in the evening during the sunset, you can see the sun slowly moving from one side to another. You can see the sun moving off into the distance. I've done this before. I used to do sun gazing. I know that the sun's moving. I've watched it. Period. It wasn't the Earth moving. It was the sun moving. Just the same. So the Earth isn't spinning around the sun. I want to believe that space is real. I used to love those movies, man. Starship Troopers. I watched Star Wars. I watched some Star Trek. Not so much Star Trek. But, still. I used to, look, I talked about this a while ago. Avatar. I love that movie. It was real cool. It had some deeper meaning about how indigenous peoples have been oppressed by large corporations seeking to increase their financial portfolios. But I digress. But that movie Avatar, man. We've all had that idea that if Earth was destroyed, maybe we could go to another planet. It was a cool movie and it's a cool concept. But that stuff isn't going down. It's not like that, so we got to take care of the one Earth that we have right now is the thing. So, hey, I appreciate that, Damon Hayes. I appreciate the donation, man. Much love to you. Keep up the great work. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So we gotta take care of home. Earth is our home. This is the only home that we have, so we got to take care of this one. Because we're not going to be able to put ourselves in the cryostasis, get in a little pod, and end up flying somewhere else. That stuff's not happening. So we got to take care of where we are. You know what? To a degree, I want to believe that the ISS is real, because all that stuff that goes on, on TV. You know, all the money that's being taken, given to NASA and all these space agencies. I mean, the idea that I was watching something earlier. They said somewhere along the lines of when the ISS was first launched out there, it's been somewhere to the tune of around $90 billion that's been spent on this whole project with the ISS and all the funding that's gone to it. Obviously, they're not in space. Obviously, they're doing that crap in a pool. I mean, there's so much evidence that it's all BS, but at the same time, I mean, it's just very deceptive. It's all a huge illusion, and we want to believe this stuff, but man, it's just not plausible at this point, you know. So, I mean, I wanted to believe that the ISS is out there, but common sense. Let's look at this. The ISS is supposed to be moving 17,000 miles per hour. That is like 10 times faster than a speeding bullet. And yet, they're saying that over 500 astronauts, or right around there, have been aboard the ISS. And some way or another, what would have had to happen was, ISS is up there, 17,000 miles per hour. Not so much that, I don't know, it's actually got any thrusters or rockets or anything making it go that fast. The thing is, they're saying that the ISS is constantly in a free fall back towards Earth, and that's what keeps it within orbit. Okay. I mean, if you think about that, the common sense aspect of the thing, it just doesn't really work out. But 17,000 miles per hour is what they're telling us. But how exactly would these other rockets, spacecraft, Morpheus D, thank you so much. 20, really? Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Morpheus D for the donation, man. Thank you very much. It's just the whole idea of some sort of other spacecraft being able to dock with the ISS while it's moving at 17,000 miles per hour. That is ridiculous. And they won't show that. They won't show it on TV. You know, they won't show you, full non-stop filming of the astronauts going from the pressurized cabin, getting into their spacesuit, going into one little vacuum sealed room, and then going out into the vacuum of space. They never show that. You wonder why. These are just red flags out here. I want to believe that stuff, but it just doesn't make any sense. What else? I want to believe in the moon landings. I want to believe that the moon landings actually happened. I do. All this leads to deception. And if we weren't being deceived, I wouldn't be upset. But back to the moon landings. I want to believe that stuff happened. But the only thing is, amongst other things, the NASA employees have come out recently talking about how they can't go beyond low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit is only around 90 to 270 miles out. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. I did a video about that. I had the numbers down a little better at one point. But okay, let's say it's 1,000 miles out is low Earth orbit. Let's say it's 90 miles to 1,000 miles out is low Earth orbit. The moon is supposed to be 289,000 miles away, and you're telling me that right now they don't have the technology to go back to the moon because Don Pettit's saying that they destroyed the technology is why they can't go back. But they were able to go in the late 60s, early 70s. They, did multiple moon missions. They faked 6 of them, that is. Went to the moon 6 times, they say. The moon's 289,000 miles away, but they can't get past low Earth orbit now. 40-some years later. It just doesn't make any sense. This isn't hard stuff. This is why I like being a flat earther at this point, because we have common sense. We can look at these things that don't add up and say, well, wait a minute. If in 2017, 2018, they can't go beyond low Earth orbit, which is no further than 1,000 miles away. How exactly did they have the technology 40 years ago to go to the moon, which is 280-some thousand miles away? And then let's talk about the whole idea of them getting back from the moon. When people think about these moon missions, you're thinking in terms of the Earth sitting still, the moon sitting still, and them just going from one place to another. This isn't like going from LA to New York, okay? This is a system where if you leave LA's supposed to be traveling 67,000 miles around this other object. At the same time, you know, New York is like 238,000 miles away or whatever. I'm saying there's all this constant motion. Okay, the rockets that they had going to the moon and whatever they had trying to get them back from the moon to the Earth, think about this now. They would have had to be able to travel over 67,000 miles per hour to catch up. But they can't go that fast. You know what I'm saying? That's craziness. And then there's the temperatures. Thank you, Truth or Death. Thank you, appreciate the donation. And you're absolutely right. It says ISS can't survive temps of 900 to 2800 Fahrenheit. You are correct. You are correct. They don't have anything that can withstand those temperatures, period. And it's just ridiculous that people are still believing this stuff, but they still believe it because they don't ask questions about it. They just walk around just accepting reality that they have been given. That's just what it is, man. This is like the Truman Show that we've been deceived on so many different levels. So I'm saying the rockets wouldn't have had the, you know, propulsion power because there's nothing. Propulsion is impossible in a vacuum, and space is supposed to be a vacuum. So how exactly were these rockets supposed to be going in excess of 67,000 miles per hour to get from the moon back to the Earth? And by the time they got to the moon, hung out there for a little while, the daggone Earth is moved out this way and the moon's I'm saying there's so many contradictions in this globe model, man. It's just, you know, a lot to deal with. But I'm saying the one thing that holds all this stuff together is gravity. And I would really love to have someone prove that or substantiate how that whole thing works out. Because here on Earth, gravity is supposed to be strong enough to hold trillions of gallons of water to the bottom of a spinning ball. And yet, there might be some more horns. Don't worry about that. And yet, that's messed up. That's messed up, man. You gonna beat the horns? I hate y'all. These freaking guys, man. So gravity, these guys, man. So look, gravity's supposed to be a real thing. That's as distracted as I get. These dudes driving through, honking the horns and whatnot. Okay, so gravity. Dang it. Shout out to the chat, man. What's up, X-Man? What's up, Origin One? Truth or Death, thanks again. Tiffany Collins, how you doing? New Earth Son, what's good? Veracity, what's happening? I'm saying, man, these guys threw me off with that gravity stuff. Glovers, I'm telling you. They know what's going on over here. Anyway, I'm saying, these freaking guys, man. But I'm saying the whole idea of gravity is like strong enough to keep, okay, the sun's gravity is strong enough to keep the Earth in orbit and all these other planets that are so much further away than the Earth all in orbit as if they're connected by this string. The sun's that strong to keep all these planets that are millions of miles away within the gravitational pull of the sun, and yet the moon is stuck in the gravitational pull of the Earth. So the Earth's gravitational pull is stronger than the sun's when it comes to the moon, which is odd because the sun's supposed to have the strongest gravitational pull. I mean, it's causing everything out in the, you know, Milky Way galaxy or whatever, or in this solar system, that is, my bad, the solar system, to rotate around it. But no, not the moon. The Earth has a stronger magnetic or gravitational pull than the sun when it comes to the moon. Very selective what gravity can and can't do. Oh yeah, by the way, some of those other planets out there, they're gas giants. Gas giants. So some way or another out in space, this is awesome, people, check it. Their gas can form itself into a sphere out in space, and apparently it can just appear to be like a complete perfect sphere. And because all that gas, some way or another, gathered itself that way, it got stuck in the sun's orbit, and yeah. I'm saying it's nonsense. It's nonsense, mate. All right, so I'm saying, man, no, I don't really want to believe all that crap. I love being a flat earther. This makes a whole lot more sense, man. I'm saying walking upright on a flat plane, that makes a lot more sense. Because if you believe in the globe, that means you believe in the ridiculous idea of there being people walking upside down on a spinning ball. But the ISS, they do all this orbiting around the Earth. They never zoom in on Australia. They never zoom in on showing buildings upside down. I'm just saying, man, it's craziness what you got to believe if you... It is nonsense. Pure bull, Tiff Collins. Pure bull. But yeah, that's goodness. I appreciate all you all hanging out with me out here in the grass, just chilling, talking flat earth for a little bit at this break. What's up, Miss Empress? I see you out there. Julie Stratton, Dave Wilson, what's up? But yeah, Elkesium, what's up? That's the Troll Destroyer Supreme out there. What's up? VY BR8, what up? What up? Oh, Vibrate, I like it. Flat Earth Trini, what's going on? Love you too. All right, y'all. Need to put some lotion on my hands. It's all good. Oh, hey, Miss Renee, what's happening? But that's all I got for this one. Oh, what's up, Tom? I hope your shirt came through. Send me a picture, by the way. I gotta get you on the site. All right. Oh, Adam Daniels. All right. Emily. All right. Dennis Isaac. What's good? Chad Shell. All right. The gang. All right, y'all. Marie, I'm about to get up out of here and get back to it. Looks like lunchtime's over. Got to cut the live stream off. Appreciate you all. Shout out to Red Flag Media. My man Damon Haynes. Appreciate you, Scott Johnson. Miss Tony. Shalom to you. It's almost time for Shabbat. Straight up. But yeah. All right, y'all. Sharonda Crawford, I see you. All right. That's all I got for this one, you all. Be good to each other. Take care of yourself. Stay flat. I'll see you next time. Thank you.